Dear all, in this lecture, we are going to discuss structure and union. So, before discussing this topic, we would like to discuss the lecture, a question given to you in the previous lecture. So, in the previous lecture, question was given to you which is a library function, and options were given to you, that is my add. So I think my add is not any function. Scanf. Scanf is the function which is used for the input by the user. Input by user. Then compute is not any function and cals is not any function. So I think scanf is the function which is there in C. So we should go with the option B. Now, if we talk about the today's topic is that we want to discuss the structure. So, what is the meaning of the structure? So, structure is a user-defined data type that allows to group multiple variables of different data types. So, we can say in structure we want to group different data types. We want to group different data types. So what can we want to combine integer, we want to combine the float, we want to combine the character. So if we want to combine different type of data types, then that is known as the structure. So we can define the structure, means structure is a user defined data type. So we can define the structure where we need to combine these different types of data types. So if we want to define the structure, what is the keyword in the C used? So struct is the keyword used to define the structure. So if we want to access the members of the structure, then dot is used. Dot operator is used. Structure are essential when dealing with the real world objects or entity. So if we are dealing with the real world, for example, if I want to make the student data, then in student data we require the roll number, we require the name, we require the marks. So name can be the character, enrollment number can be the integer, and marks can be the float. So we have to combine different data types in C. So in the real world scenario we have to deal with the structure. Now, what is the syntax of the structure? I told you what is the keyword we will use? We will use the keyword struct. Then we will be giving any name to the our structure. Then we will use the curly braces. Inside the curly braces, we will be writing all the data types which we are using. Then data type member 1, member 2. Then we will close the curly braces and we will put the semicolon. So this is the syntax of the structure if we want to use the structure in C. We can take an example that we want the person's data, we want the name of the person, we want the age of the person, we want the height of the person. So we will be writing the struct keyword, then we are making the structure with the name person, so we will write the person, then curly braces, then care, then name, then the approximate size number of words in the name, then age integer, then height. So these are the this is how we can make the structure in C. So we can take any example of assessing the structure, means taking the input from the user, and we can take the input from the user and we can display the data. So we are writing one program to take the input from the user and display the data using the structure. So what we are doing here, we are so what we are doing here, we have taken the person as structure. We are writing the struct keyword. We are writing the struct keyword. We have named our structure as person. Then we want the three things from the person: person name, person age, person height. So character name is the character, height age is the integer, and float is the height. Height is the float. So we are writing the int main, then we are writing struct person personal. Now we have changed the structure name, that is we will be dealing with the new name of the structure, that is person 1. Now I will be asking from the user all the data of the person, that is name of the person. So if I want to ask the user to enter the name of the person, then now my structure name is person 1. So I will be writing %f percent s person 1 dot name. Since structure name is here person 1, so I will be writing person 1 dot name. If I want ask the user to enter the age, so I will be writing %d m percent person 1 dot age. Same thing, if I want to the user to enter the height, so I will be writing height is a float, so I will be writing %f m percent person 1 dot height. So we are using a dot between the structure and member. So like this, user can enter will be entering all the data of the person. Then we can display this data of the person, that is we will writing printf person1 dot name, and so it will display the name. Then we will writing printf age. What is the age? person1 dot age. We will be using %d for the age since it is a integer. Then we will be writing the displaying the height. Then we want to display the height up to two decimal numbers, so we are writing the person1 dot height. So that's why thus we can display different data types of integer, character and float at the same time with the use of the structure. Now if we talk about the nested structure, so nested structure means structure inside the structure. So if we are using the structure, and inside that also we can use the another structure, means we want the sub information of the person. So we at that place we can use the structure inside the structure. So nested structure means include one structure inside another. Then if we are creating one structure, that is structure 1. So structure 1 has been created, that is structure 1 is having these data members, data, data type member 1, member 2. Now if we are creating structure 2, and inside that we are using structure 1, so that is known as the nested structure. And next structure 2 is having data type member 3. But inside the structure 2, we are using the structure 1. That's why it is known as the nested structure. Now, we can use somewhere the nested structure. We can see one program of the nested structure, that is if we want employee address. So we will be having the employee data, and inside that we can have the address. So here the nested structure will work. So we have created one structure with the struct address. In address we want the city street, we want the city name, we want the zip code, that is pin code. Then we are creating the employee details, that is we have made one structure with the employee. Then we want the name, age of the employee. Then after the name, age, we want the address. In address there are some category, that is city, street name and pin code, all things. So for that we want this address structure inside the employee structure. So this is the nesting of the structure. Now if so we will be asking from the user to enter these details. So here user will be entering the details, that is we have created the employee structure. We will be using the structure with the emp name. We will be asking the user to enter the name. Then we will be writing scanf %s emp dot name, means user will be entering the name. Then we will be writing the enter the age. So we are writing scanf %d emp dot age. So if user will be entering the age. Now if we want the street number, so we will writing, this is the nesting of structure, that is one structure is emp name, another structure name is address. So we are writing here emp dot address dot street. Same thing here also, nesting of structure. So we are writing here emp.address.city. Same thing here also, nesting of structure emp.address.zip code. Then, so thus we can display the data of this person. That is, we can display the print. We are writing the printf emp.name. For displaying the age we are writing here emp.age. For displaying the address, we are writing emp address.street. We are writing the emp address.city. We are writing emp address.zip code. So thus we can use the structure inside the structure. So that is known as the nesting of the structure. Now there is one thing, that is this data was of the one person. Now if there are number of persons and we want to combine different data types, then there is the structure, array of structure. So we can combine the array with the structure. Then an array of structure means we have multiple instances of structure stored in an array. So we can have data of person or student means number of students. So so for that we will combine the array and structure. Now we can see one example here. If we have made one structure of student, that is name, age and marks. Now if we want to enter the details of the three students, so we will be combining the array. We will be combining here array and structure, since here are the number three students. So so we are combining array and structure. So inside the main program we are struct student, then new name of structure is students. Then we are writing inside the square bracket we are writing 3. It means there are the three students. We want to combine different data types for the three students. Then what we can use? Then we are using the for loop, since array is there. So we will be using the for loop. So for loop, that is here, since three students, so we are using the for loop from 0 to I less than 3. So we will ask from the user to enter the details of the student. That is, now we will be using the inside the scanf %f students I in inside the square bracket dot name. If we want to ask the age, so we will be writing m% students I inside the square bracket age. Thus we are using the array with the structure. So we will be writing students I dot marks. Thus user will enter the details of the three students here. Now if we want to display these details, that is name, age and marks, so we same thing, we will be writing the students dot name inside the printf students dot age students dot marks. So thus we will be able to display the age, name, age and marks of three students using the array of structures. So thus if their number is increased, then we can use the structure with the array. Now another topic is union. So we have seen the structure. In case of the structure, we are combining different data types. So another topic is union. In what is the union? Union is also a structure. Union is user-defined data type in C that allow storing different data types in the same memory location. So union is similar to the structure, but here in union we are storing different data types in the same memory location. Here this keyword is important, that is we are using the same location for storing all the data types. Means thus if we are able to store different data types in the same location, then we can save the memory. So similar to creating the structure, we will using the keyword structure. So now for the union we are using the keyword union. Now we will be writing the union name as we have seen the structure name. Same syntax is there. In place of the struct keyword, we are using the union keyword. then union name, then we will inside the curly braces we will be writing the all the data types we want to include in the union. Then we will close the curly braces, then put the semicolon. Now if we are now here in here the union data da- data is the name of the union. We want to use the union with the d1 name. Now if we have written d1.I, then we are assigning any integer data type. If we can write here one, we have used the integer. So if we are putting the 42 in this d1, after that if we put the float, any float 3.14, then this will be stored in the same location. It will remove this, override this place, and 3 in the memory where the 42 was saved, it 3.14 will be there. Now if we are writing another thing, that is hello, we are writing any string, then that string will be written over the 3.14. So we are storing the different data types in the same location. So this is known as the union. So this is all about the two topics we have seen in this video lecture. This is, that is structure and union. Now we are having one question for you. You can try this question and you can answer the question in the comment box. Which of the following is a collection of different data types? Now options for you are string, array, structure and files. So which is having collects, in which we are having the collection of different data types. So what is the option? You can answer us in the comment box. So that's all about this lecture. If you like this video, you can share it with your friends and hit the like button. Thank you very much.